What's up, boys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be on MLB The Show 22 and I'm going to go into Stadium Creator and try to make the worst ballpark possible. The last time I did this, I had my TikTok permanently deleted because they gave me access to airplanes and skyscrapers. But I'm going to try my best to ruin the integrity of this sport without mocking a national tragedy today. No matter how bad I want to use those sweet old Boeing 757s, I refuse to use it. But I do miss the good old days when you could use them without worrying about being censored and you could take control of one in real life with only a box cutter and using your outside voice. But here we are in the Stadium Creator. We have a pretty bland ballpark to start out with. The outside scenery still looks like it's in the Midwest and it's made up of about 12 pixels. I'm gonna name this stadium Pain and Suffering. That'll all make sense later in the video. Our ballpark is gonna be located out of Flint, Michigan. The altitude is at a maximum 5,279 feet and it was built in the year 4. We can change our ground material, which seems like a good start. We have a bunch of terrible options like snow, cement, concrete, but I ended up on one of the most depressing ones and going along with the Flint, Michigan lifestyle of the Southwest desert. Looks like the distant scenery options haven't changed much at all from last year. I ended up with a coastal look. I don't know if Flint, Michigan actually has a beach at all, but the water looks accurate. Our grass was looking a little bit too appealing and green, so I had to fix that up. For the grass pattern, I would have preferred for this to look like a football field or something out of a prison yard, but my best option was to go with the partial weave. There's so many lines going through it, we should give you a seizure warning. I do like the fact that our infield dirt is already labeled as dirty, but I prefer the gray clay as it looks even worse and you can barely see the bases. I guess it's time to take care of our parking problem, as that's where the real money is made.
Parking is where the money is, though. You imagine what this place pulls in on parking.
And I don't want our parking to be a convenience to our fans whatsoever, so we're gonna put that all the way into the undrinkable water of Flint, Michigan. I placed a few more of those bad boys out there, and I guess your only option to get your car out there is to use a cargo bob, or you could park your boat at the bottom if you aren't claustrophobic. One of the few ways to be interactive with this ballpark is to use light towers, and I was happy to discover that this game does not care if you put objects in the dugout. The players at my ballpark are really going to shine bright when they come here, as I only plan to put these lights shining down on home plate, and I guess it's time to see how many lights the game will allow me to put here. Well, that ought to do it. I think this will add a lot of excitement to nighttime games at my ballpark because the only two players I will be able to see are the pitcher and batter. I guess the infielders will be alright, but the outfielders on the other hand will be running for their life at the crack of a bat. When adjusting the walls, I was trying to make this ballpark as short as possible, but 300 feet on the left field and right field are not good enough for me, so I'm gonna have to customize these walls myself. For starters, we're gonna get rid of this ugly green. It's going out of fashion. What's in right now is this beautiful wood. Right field in baseball is getting pretty boring, so we're gonna have to bring this corner back to the maximum distance of 500 feet. I brought the left field wall 20 feet in, and the right field wall, we're gonna bring it up to 40 feet. Good luck hitting a homer on that side. And I seriously did not mean to do this, but when I zoomed out, I realized I made a penis. And in the case that fans decide to show up to my ballpark, I need an area to seat them. We're going to put that in left field where everyone is going to be looking to hit it. I'm not sure if the lack of cover and clean water will be enough to keep them away, so we're going to try to make this much less enjoyable for them. I went ahead and put a gigantic sign right in front of these two sections, so not only can they not watch the game, but no one will be able to take home a home run ball and sell it on eBay. And to make everyone else uncomfortable, they will be sitting right next to farmland, which is home to dozens of cows. And don't think I forgot about concessions. We have char-broiled burgers, which you can eat right in the face of a cow if you so choose. And for those who may not want to eat an animal's dead father right in front of them, you can come on down to our local Chick-fil-A. These employees are working like their life depends on it, because it does. Unlike real Chick-fil-A employees, they can't tell you to have a blessed day due to their one-word vocabulary, but at least this way they're forced to keep their homophobic opinions to themselves. I decided to make right field look like Flint, Michigan itself and try to make it look like the projects. I'm gonna try to help some of the residents out by encouraging the players to hit it here. With the right lawyer and neck brace, a foul ball can have you living in a much better city in Michigan like Detroit. You know what? We're gonna step it up. If you hit it over here, it's a hate crime. Yeah, I know what the MLB is trying to see. Let's see some national anthem protests that consist of fans ambushing the fields with pride parades. And we won't settle until all the players agree to make their pants 2 sizes smaller. I was just looking for more ways to mess with the opposing dugout, but I came across this beauty that allows you to put a train down which will travel onto the field. I think the threat of being crushed by a train in the batter box will really add some variety to the game. And again, it's time to see how many of these bad boys I can put down before I run out of objects or my game crashes. So it stopped me at however many trains this is. I made sure to put 2 trains going straight through the opposing dugout. The third baseman is going to have to keep his head on a swivel, and the catcher is as good as dead. I recommend you take the catcher and send him out to right field. Otherwise, dirt isn't going to be the only thing the ump is cleaning off of home plate. There's also a train or two going through the local school, but on the bright side, that'll save the quiet kids a fortune on ammo. So now it's time to see how this ballpark looks in action. I'm going to show you 2 games, one in daytime and one at night. It took a while to load in, but eventually my Xbox pulled it off. We get to see some beautiful scenery on the way in, the uncooked burgers on the left, the projects in right field. And what's that? A train? How did that get there?
The pitch. That hit him.
So we know they loaded in, but they aren't moving yet. As you probably guessed, it's pretty easy to hit a home run into left field. And oh boy, the trains are coming in. I think my guy's touching home plate, but all I see is trains, bells, and whistles. Hit another home run, got a different view this time, and the umpire... Devers was almost the first one to be canceled. He hit a foul ball into right field, but immediately dropped down to one knee. That quick thinking and PR work is going to land him in the Hall of Fame. I hit another bomb to left field, and I don't know why this guy is acting like he's about to go up and get it. He's rounding third, coming to home plate, and it's a bloodbath. Right field became a lot more exciting as it was pretty easy to hit an in-the-park home run, and our replay started to consist of some beautiful shots of the wood paneling we put up. I guess my wood wall doesn't work too well though, as I can just throw it right through. Not gonna stop us from getting an in-the-park home run. In all seriousness, I think I improved the sport of baseball. If you hit it past the right fielder, it's an automatic home run or triple, and a normal line drive into left field is now a home run because it's about 280 feet back. Out of curiosity, I loaded the bases up in the 8th inning just to see what a grand slam would look like, and it's about what I expected. It's a bunch of lights in metal. It's not a great shot, but this is what I got. This game was an absolute disaster, but now it's time to move on to game 2, which is at night. Earlier on, while I was creating this ballpark, I lost hours of work because I previewed the nighttime mode, and in between the absurd amount of lights and trains, my game crashed immediately. So let's hope we can at least load in. We did load in, but it was not a pretty cutscene. I don't know what we're looking at here. Now we got some UFOs on the screen. We're losing frames. If I'm being honest, this is exactly what I was hoping to see. Fielding the ball in this game was very difficult. I could not see what I was doing due to the lights on the screen. And I actually overthrew this ball to the first baseman, and I had no clue where the ball was, so I was just frantically running around, and I guess that guy's advancing home. The big screen now shows the players like they're locked up characters in a video game. The cutscenes are all over the place. When you're not looking at a white screen, you get cuts of these spooky trains running over all-stars. The game was really struggling as my players ran the bases. It looked like the ending of The Sandlot. But my Xbox is overheating, so I think that means a job well done. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't bought this game yet and own last year's version, do yourself a favor and just update the rosters. For my next video, I'm going to be going back to my roots, and I'm going to post a Fortnite video with some friends of mine, except it won't be filmed on a potato, so stay tuned for that if you'd like to lose some brain cells with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.